Hello, everybody. Today I wanted to talk about Elizabeth Warren. She's one of the Democrat candidates, and she has come up with this brilliant Medicare for All plan. And she's finally released after many months of asking her how she's going to pay for it and how much it's going to cost and all that stuff. She has finally revealed how much it's going to cost. And it is a wonderful number, $52 trillion. That's how much it's going to cost to fund her Medicare for All plan. And that includes about $20.5 trillion in federal spending. Well, this is a great number, $52 trillion. I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, we are talking not even 52 billion, which itself is a big deal, but $52 trillion, which is $52,000 billion. That's a boatload of money. And how is she gonna actually even do this? So before I get to that, how she's gonna pay for it and speculate about it and how it could be done and what are the consequences, let me give you some idea about what this $52 trillion mean. So if you to go ahead and take a look at what is the value of the US stock market, that is basically you take all the companies in the United States stock market, right? Do you know what is the value? That is, you took those companies and basically those shares of those companies and you sell it today, it'll be around about $30 trillion. That is the value, the stock value of all the companies on the US stock market, $30 trillion. What is the GDP of the US? It's the highest, of course. Since we are the biggest economy, it's the highest in the world. It is close to about $20 trillion. Which means, and what does GDP mean? It is basically the value of all the goods sold in the economy. Basically, that's what it is. All the businesses together that is happening in the United States, that's how much it's going to cost. So $52 trillion, all right, let us say, I mean, she wants to spend it over a decade. That's like 10 years she wants to spend it. How is she going to even buy that? I mean, are we going to sell off all the companies? Are we going to sell off all the GDP and say whatever money any business makes, just give it to Elizabeth Warren. She will use it to fund the Medicare for all. I mean, is that what she plans to do? So she's come up with this plan is, let's tax the wealthy. We all know that that's not going to happen, because even if she tries to tax the wealthy, they're smart people. They have plenty of accountants and tax officials and lawyers. They'll figure out how to move their money around and not get taxed. And she will come up with some excuse or other how they all did not cooperate with her, and she'll make a big hue and cry about it. So let's forget about the wealthy. There's no way she'll be able to get or extract any money out of them. So guess whom she's going to come after? You all. You middle class, you hard-working middle class people is what she'll come after. She's going to come after your wages. She's going to come after every single cent that you have saved in your savings account, every single cent that you saved in your retirement account, and say, we need it for your health care, so you got to pay it all off. And she's going to just come and take it. She is pretty much what the British used to do to the colonies, where they used to come for every single last seed that the farmer had in the name of tax. This is kind of a feudal system. And she is going to give you a very rosy picture. Trust me, it's all boatload of lies. She doesn't know how to fund it. She just wants to be the president, and she's willing to lie for it. She's going to give you this pipe dream, and you all are just going to follow down the hole and take the rest of the country along with you. So do not believe her. Do keep in mind, she's known to lie. And then she will apologize. I mean, she's known to lie saying that, I am a Native American, when she's not. And it's like, I feel very sorry about it. Tomorrow she's going to say, I promised you all the Medicare for all. Thank you for making me the president. But actually it was the Republicans who didn't allow to pass the laws. Or she'll come up with some cockamamie story of how she could not do it. And then still take away all your money, tax all your property, everything. In fact, you will be penniless. And she'll say, but you all got you all got insurance and you all got Medicare, which she probably won't even be able to do. Because do keep in mind, when you have Medicare for all, can you imagine the number of employees you need to have to manage something like that? And when it comes to the federal government, all know how inefficient the federal government is in managing things and managing money. It is going to be an utter waste of money. She is a complete liar. You should not believe a word that comes out of her. It's a pipe dream. It's never going to work. Her Medicare for all will also not work. In fact, one day she is going to say, "Oh, since you are all, it's going to be very expensive. Let's say you have cancer." She's going to say, "Oh, but because you are over 70 years old, and since you have cancer or you have some other terminal disease, we don't need to treat you. We'll just help you, keep you comfortable, so that you die, so that you don't become a burden to this country." She'll come up with all kinds of ways to make sure that she is right, and at the end of the day you all are going to suffer for her misdeeds. Do not believe her. Do not follow her. Keep in mind that these numbers don't add up. I mean, $52 trillion, it's just not possible to generate that kind of money. I mean, unless she wants to print the money. I mean, she can print money. I mean, she can go to the mint and the US Treasury and say, "Oh, I'm going to print more dollars." Sure, and guess what's going to happen? She's going to destabilize the economy. She's going to destabilize the currency, and it's going to become a mess. So that's one way of doing it. I mean, other countries have tried to do it. I mean, soon bread is going to cost like, $1 million to buy one loaf of bread. Guess what happened in places like Turkey at one point? Italy had similar issues. Zimbabwe had similar issues. Venezuela had similar issues. You try to print money and you think that printing money will work, it's not going to work. It's not the way to do things. And she might come up with some dumb idea like that. She may even say, "Oh, let us sell some more bonds." I mean, sure, you can sell more bonds. I mean, and who's going to buy it? I mean, the Chinese are going to buy it. Sure, they will buy it, and then you're dependent on Chinese, which is going to be again another one of those Obama policies where you become dependent on the Chinese, and then finally the Chinese are going to control the United States. I mean, if Donald Trump was not elected president, can you imagine what the Chinese would have done to this country? The Democrats would have sold this country to the Chinese, and that's what they would have done. And this country would have gone to the dogs, because the Democrats, God knows what is their agenda with the Chinese. But do not buy this garbage. She's not telling you the truth. She doesn't have any idea about how to pay for the $52 trillion. She is eventually going to tax you, and you will not be able to live your American dream. It'll be miserable to live in this country. So do not believe a word that comes out of her. Keep in mind, she's a liar, and do not believe anything she says. I want to thank you all for your time, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be bringing more videos, and until next time, God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.